On this episode of China Uncensored, North Korea is being a jerk again. So come on, China, what you gonna do about it? Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. Well, it's happened. Despite sanctions and international condemnation, North Korea detonated a nuclear bomb. Again. Last week, on January 6th, the world literally shook at this announcement from the official Korean Central News Agency. That's North Korea, by the way. The Hermit Kingdom is now equipped with the most powerful nuclear deterrent. No, not Kim Jong Un's hair, a hydrogen bomb. That's right, North Korean state media says they successfully detonated a thermonuclear warhead and it caused a 4.8 magnitude earthquake, which in North Korea is apparently cause for celebration.
김일성 민정, 김정일 자손의 천만년의 미래를 담보해주는 어머니 우리 당의 고마움의 인사를 드리고 싶습니다.
Whoa! Now, North Korea has a history of making some rather bold claims, like former leader Kim Jong-il invented the hamburger, didn't need to go to the bathroom, and upon his birth, a new star was born in the sky, a double rainbow appeared, and the seasons instantaneously went from winter to spring. That's ridiculous. Everyone knows that In-N-Out invented the hamburger. So obviously lies like these are why there's been some doubt whether North Korea actually detonated a hydrogen bomb. You see, a hydrogen bomb, also called a thermonuclear bomb, would be a major leap forward for them. They're far more powerful than bombs North Korea seems to have tested in previous years. But is it true? Well, when the US tested a hydrogen bomb in 1971, it caused a 6.8 earthquake. Last week's North Korean detonation was only 4.8, slightly weaker than the 4.9 earthquake caused by their 2013 nuclear test, which was a regular atomic bomb. So what do we actually know?
Well, we know it was a nuclear test.
Okay, but what else do we know?
That you may want to derive more information so that you can improve your analysis of an event. Doesn't mean that you were taken aback by the event itself or surprised by the event. It's part of the analysis process. And I'm not confirming in any way by that statement overflights of any kind. That's not for me to do from this podium. I'm just saying that.
Come on, this is the fourth nuclear test by North Korea since 2006. Doesn't anyone have a clear plan on how to deal with the very real threat of a nuclear-armed North Korea? It appears South Korea does. Okay, their plan is to blast K-pop across the border. Anyone else have a plan?
You do have a problem, and you have a big problem with North Korea. And we're going to talk to China, and we're going to get along great with China. You know, I love China because they buy my apartments, they spend me, fortunes.
Yeah, it just goes on like that for a while. But I think Donald Trump is on to something. Don't quote me on that. But yes, China can sort this out. China is North Korea's only ally and really the only thing propping that country up. North Korea's GDP is a third of Ethiopia's. And a lot of that is coming from trade with China. So China's in a good position to put pressure on North Korea.
To resolve such kind of complex issues needs more efforts from all sides. The relevant party you just mentioned should ask themselves, honestly, what constructive efforts have they made?
Other countries put economic sanctions on North Korea. You could do the same. You could even ban North Korean planes from entering Chinese airspace. I mean, China can't be happy about this. The last 4 nuclear tests were all carried out really close to the North Korea-China border. The earthquakes were felt in China. This CCTV report says the Environmental Ministry had to test if the air, soil, and snow were clear of radiation, though I'm not sure how they could tell with pollution that's already having the same effect as a nuclear winter. But the thing is, China loves North Korea like a brother. A mischievous little brother that makes you look good in comparison. Think China treats its citizens badly, putting millions of innocent people in labor camps that are like dark dens of hell? Sure, but come on, look at North Korea. See, China's not so bad. And this relationship also gives China political power, because if you want to pressure North Korea, you need China's buy-in. And more importantly, China wants to prevent North Korea from collapsing. If North Korea falls, China could have to deal with 25 million refugees streaming across the border. The world has barely been able to handle 4 million Syrian refugees. On top of that, North Korea serves as a barrier between China and the US military bases in South Korea. So it makes sense that China is not actually that upset by its little brother setting off the world's most dangerous firecrackers. And that's why North Korea knows that it can do pretty much whatever it wants. China isn't going to do anything to rock the boat. Unfortunately for the rest of the planet, there's not much we can do unless China is willing to tighten the screws on North Korea. North Korea is already the most heavily sanctioned country on Earth. The only support they're really getting is from China. And since there are 1 million North Korean troops, loads of artillery, and a promise to turn South Korea's capital, Seoul, into a sea of flames should an invasion happen, a Western military strike might be hard to carry out. So, what is the solution? Yeah, we're all doomed. Well, what do you think can be done? Leave your comments below and be sure to check out our Facebook page. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time. Hopefully. China has ambitious space plans, the kind that would have rivaled the US and the Soviet Union during the Cold War space race. Behold, the streets of China, empty. Huge, sprawling megacities, populated only by the promise of what might have been.